You've seen the Lambos, the million-dollar McLarens, and the wild giveaways, but what about the ultra-rare stuff hiding deeper in Adrian Portelli's collection? We're talking one-of-ones, street-legal unicorns, and cars so exclusive even seasoned collectors haven't seen them up close. Let's check out the 10 rarest riders owned by Mr. Lambo himself. At the top of Adrian Portelli's garage sits the Koenigsegg Jesko, one of the rarest and most extreme production cars in the world, and he owns the only one in Australia. That alone would be enough to turn heads, but of course Portelli didn't settle for the regular spec. His Jesko features an exposed carbon fiber body, which isn't just for looks, it saves weight and showcases the car's insane engineering. But what really sets it apart is the gold leaf detailing. It's not a wrap or a paint job, it's actual gold applied by hand. Subtle accents run along the bodywork and interior trim, making this car feel more like a moving sculpture than a road machine. Underneath all the flash is a beast. The Jesko runs on a 5-liter twin-turbo V8 that makes up to 1,600 horsepower on E85 fuel. That's enough to push the car past 480 kilometers per hour, if you can find a road long enough. It uses a custom-built 9-speed multi-clutch transmission called the Lightspeed transmission, known for snapping off shifts almost instantly. Inside, Portelli's version includes custom stitching, carbon seats, and a plaque noting it's the only one of its kind in the country. The price? Around 5 million Australian dollars, but with all the custom touches, it's likely worth even more. This isn't just a showpiece, it's a bold reminder that Portelli isn't just buying rare cars, he's building a collection that can't be replicated. Next up is the Porsche Carrera GT, a mid-2000s masterpiece that's become a legend for all the right reasons. This isn't just a rare car, it's a dying breed. It's got a naturally aspirated 5.7-liter V10 engine, originally developed for Le Mans racing, producing over 600 horsepower. There's no turbo, no hybrid system, no paddle shifters, just a 6-speed manual gearbox, a raw clutch, and an exhaust note that sounds like pure thunder. Today, a clean Carrera GT can cost anywhere from $1.3 to $2 million, depending on mileage and spec. And Adrian Portelli's? Well, it's not just sitting in the corner of the garage. His car has already caught attention because he's purportedly exploring a twin-turbo conversion, an incredibly bold move considering the car's purist reputation. But knowing Adrian, it's all about standing out, and if the job's done right, that V10 could push past 800 horsepower while still keeping its unique character. Beyond the performance upgrades, Portelli has also added subtle aesthetic tweaks. Sources close to his garage mention high-end carbon fiber detailing, upgraded forged wheels, and a custom titanium exhaust system that sharpens the sound even further. But the exterior color remains factory, keeping the overall look clean and timeless. For many collectors, the Carrera GT is the holy grail. For Adrian, it's just another canvas for performance tuning and personal taste, and if the turbo build actually happens, his could become one of the fastest and loudest Carrera GTs in the world. Next up, the Mercedes-AMG 1 is not your typical hypercar, it's a full-blown Formula 1 car wearing a street-legal suit. And yes, Adrian Portelli actually owns one. This isn't just a flex, it's a statement. Only 275 units were ever made worldwide, and with a price tag around 2.7 million USD, about 4 million UAD, this is one of the most expensive and exclusive cars in his garage. Under the hood, or more accurately, behind the seats, is a 1.6-liter turbocharged V6 hybrid engine, the same kind of engine found in Lewis Hamilton's Formula 1 car. Combined with 4 electric motors, the AMG 1 delivers over 1,049 horsepower. That's enough to rocket it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.9 seconds and hit a top speed of 352 kilometers per hour, 219 miles per hour. But what really sets it apart is the active aero system, flaps and fins that adjust in real time based on how you're driving. Portelli reportedly worked with his detailing team to apply a full paint protection film and ceramic coat almost immediately after delivery. While the car comes with very few options, his spec includes matte graphite gray paint with subtle AMG yellow accents to keep it stealthy but unmistakably aggressive. This car isn't just about speed, it's about tech, precision, and bringing F1 level performance to a regular road, if you can even call this regular. Did you know the AMG 1 has an actual Strat 2 button, just like in Formula 1, that unleashes maximum power from all electric motors for a short burst? Track mode? More like warp speed. But just when you think you've seen it all, Adrian takes things to a whole new level, literally. Portelli's McLaren Senna GTR isn't just a track weapon, it's interior design. No, seriously. Instead of keeping it in a garage, he had it craned into his Melbourne penthouse, where it now sits like a sculpture in his living room. That's not just flexing, it's a statement. And if you had a car that cost $2 million, you'd want to keep it somewhere you could look at it every day too. Now, the Senna GTR isn't road legal. It's made for the track, plain and simple. But that didn't stop Adrian. He wanted the best version of the Senna, one that stripped out even more weight, added more aggressive aero, and pushed that 4-liter twin-turbo V8 to the edge. The GTR puts down 825 horsepower, features active aerodynamics, and comes with a massive rear wing that's more functional than flashy, though in this case it's both. Portelli's GTR is finished in Victory Gray with exposed carbon details, accented by Senna GTR branding and number graphics. He didn't go crazy with modifications because honestly there's not much to improve. But he did add personalized touches like color-matching floor lighting under the chassis and a plaque-mounted stand in the apartment next to it, highlighting the specs and number build. Owning one of only 75 Senna GTRs built worldwide is rare. Using it as high-end furniture? That's pure Adrian. And if you think this is the wildest car in his collection, wait until we get to the Lamborghini that pays tribute to the original Mura, a blend of history and horsepower you won't believe. Stay locked in. Just when you think the collection couldn't get any more exclusive, Adrian pulls out something that's not Italian, not German, but proudly Australian. A nod to homegrown heritage, the HSV GTSR W1 Malu Ute is easily one of the rarest and most iconic pieces in Portelli's lineup. Only 4 were ever produced, making this not just a collector's item, but a museum-worthy piece of Aussie car history. And yes, Portelli owns one of them. At the heart of this beast is a supercharged 6.2-liter LS9 V8, the same engine used in the Corvette ZR1. It pushes out a massive 474 kilowatts of power and 815 Nm of torque, making it the fastest and most powerful ute ever built in Australia. Top speed? Somewhere north of 300 kilometers per hour, and for a ute, that's just bonkers. Portelli's GTSR W1 Malu is finished in light My Fire orange, a bold, metallic burnt orange hue that turns heads on sight. The car came fully spec'd from HSV, but Portelli didn't stop there. He reportedly added ceramic paint protection, carbon fiber interior trim pieces, and a custom titanium exhaust to give it a throatier growl. It's clean, aggressive, and somehow still subtle, until it starts up. Inside, it stays true to the GTSR look: Alcantara and leather bucket seats, red contrast stitching, and the signature W1 badging on the dash and sill plates. Everything is premium, but still proudly Australian. This car wasn't cheap. With such limited numbers, the W1 Malu now commands over 1.5 million Australian dollars on the market, if you can even find one. And given its role in marking the end of Holden's performance production era, many see it as the last great Australian muscle car. Owning one is a flex. Owning it in this condition, with these touches, that's classic Portelli. Love rare cars? Smash that like button and hit subscribe. We've got more gems coming your way. Venturing away from hypercars and supercars, Adrian Portelli dipped into the off-road scene with this heavily customized 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Unlimited. This isn't your average weekend trail crawler. With help from the Aussie legends over at Patriot Games, Portelli transformed the factory Rubicon into a purpose-built showstopper fit for both dirt and SEMA displays. The base Jeep, already priced around 90,000 Australian dollars, was just the beginning. First came a full suspension overhaul to improve clearance and handling off-road. They installed a high articulation lift kit, upgraded shocks, and long-arm control arms to handle serious terrain. Then came the tires. Massive all-terrain beasts mounted on matte black beadlock wheels, ready for punishment. Portelli swapped the standard doors for custom tube doors, giving the Jeep that rugged, open-air safari vibe. It's fitted with a retractable soft top, and mounted just behind it are 4 slimline LED light bars, great for nighttime off-roading, or let's be real, just flexing at a car meet. One of the standout touches? A slimline snorkel etched with AP branding. Yes, Portelli left his mark literally on the intake system. Up front, there's a stealthy bull bar with a built-in winch, giving the Jeep recovery muscle and even more attitude. The custom front plate also wears his signature, making sure everyone knows who this beast belongs to. Inside, the cabin wasn't left untouched either. There's a bespoke dash setup, stitched leather grab handles, upgraded infotainment tweaks, and rugged all-weather floor mats. It's clear Portelli wanted something that could crawl rocks by day and still turn heads at a car show by night. Whether it's blasting across trails or just parked next to a Bugatti in his warehouse, this Jeep proves that Portelli's taste isn't limited to speed, it includes grit too. Another crown jewel in Adrian Portelli's garage is the McLaren P1 GTR, a car that was never meant to touch public roads. Originally designed for track day use only, the GTR is the hardcore sibling of the already outrageous P1 hypercar. McLaren built just 58 units of the GTR, and Portelli owns one of them. This beast pumps out 986 horsepower thanks to a hybrid setup that combines a twin-turbocharged 3.8-liter V8 with an electric motor. It's faster, lower, louder, and regular than one, and everything about it screams racing, from the fixed rear wing and massive front splitter to the stripped-down cockpit with a single carbon fiber racing seat and a center-mounted steering wheel inspired by F1. Portelli's P1 GTR is finished in a custom livery that pays tribute to McLaren's historic racing colors, but it's not just paint. His version features ceramic-coated bodywork, a personalized build plaque, and track-use telemetry screens in the cockpit, showing this wasn't just bought to sit in a showroom, it's meant to move, and fast. The interior remains largely untouched, staying true to McLaren's minimalist race-first approach. But Portelli did add a few subtle touches, like Alcantara-lined door pulls and a custom helmet shelf in the rear compartment. Price? When new, the P1 GTR sold for around $2.6 million. But with only a handful ever made, and most now part of private collections, the current value has climbed well north of $3 million, making it one of the most valuable pieces in Adrian's entire fleet. It's not just about speed here, it's about owning something very few people on Earth will ever get close to, and that's exactly what this car delivers. Up next, the Lamborghini Murcielago LP674 Super Veloce is one of those machines that looks like it was designed in a wind tunnel and built in a volcano. It's the final and most aggressive version of the Murcielago, and Adrian Portelli happens to own one in his ever-growing collection. With only 186 units ever made, this isn't just rare, it's borderline mythical. Under the hood is a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 that produces 670 horsepower, paired with all-wheel drive and stripped-down body that's 100 kilograms lighter than the standard Murcielago. This thing launches from 0 to 100 kilometers in just 3.2 seconds, and sounds like a thunderstorm when it drives. Portelli's Super Veloce is finished in a sharp matte black, with bright yellow SV decals on the doors and matching yellow brake calipers, a color combo that screams aggression. He's made a few personal touches to it too, a full ceramic coating, Alcantara detailing on the interior, and a titanium exhaust system that makes the already ferocious V12 sound like it's tearing through time itself. At a current market value of around $1 million, it's not the most expensive car in his garage, but it's definitely one of the loudest, both in noise and looks. Fun fact, the Super Veloce name means super fast in Italian, and this Murcielago was the first Lamborghini to wear the SV badge since the Diablo SV, making it a historic return of one of Lambo's most iconic nameplates. And just when you think the collection couldn't possibly go any harder, enter the Ferrari F12 TDF, short for Tour de France. This isn't just a nod to a legendary endurance race from the 1950s and 60s, it's a full-blown celebration of Ferrari's racing pedigree. Limited to just 799 units worldwide, this front-engine V12 beast stands as one of the rarest modern Ferraris ever built. Under the hood, it's got a naturally aspirated 6.3-liter V12 that makes 770 horsepower. That's enough to launch the car from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.9 seconds. But this isn't just about straight-line speed. The TDF is lighter than the regular F12 thanks to extensive carbon fiber work, and it comes with rear-wheeled steering for better handling in tight corners. It's a track-ready car wrapped in a street-legal body. Portelli's F12 TDF is finished in a deep Giallo Modena yellow, Ferrari's signature color, with black carbon accents along the front splitter, side skirts, and rear diffuser. He's kept it mostly stock, respecting its limited edition status, but added subtle touches like paint protection film, blacked out badges, and yellow calipers to make it stand out without going over the top. Inside, the car is all Alcantara and carbon fiber, stripped of unnecessary luxuries to save weight. Even the floor mats are thin and lightweight, made for performance, not comfort. The value? Around $1.2 to $1.4 million depending on spec, and rising. Portelli's example, with its low mileage and clean configuration, easily falls near the top end of that range. It's rare, loud, fast, and absolutely built for someone who loves Ferrari the way Portelli does. Rounding out Adrian Portelli's insane garage is the Lamborghini Aventador Moira Homage, a limited edition Lambo that pays tribute to the original Moira from the 1960s. Lamborghini only made 50 of these worldwide, and naturally, Adrian had to lock one down. Estimated value? Around $1.6 million, depending on the condition and mileage. This isn't your average Aventador. Under the hood, it's still an LP704, which means it packs a 6.5-liter naturally aspirated V12 engine pushing 700 horsepower. It hits 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2.9 seconds, so it's not just about heritage, it's got all the raw performance you'd expect from a modern-day Lambo. But the real magic is in the styling. Portelli's Muira homage is finished in Rosso Arancio Muira, a deep red color inspired by the original Muira, paired with gold-painted lower panels and Dione wheels, a nod to the two-tone look that made the Muira so iconic. On the inside, it's fitted with Nero Ade leather and gold contrast stitching. He hasn't gone wild with mods here. This one's been kept mostly factory spec, other than a custom ceramic coating, tailored floor mats, and protective wraps to keep everything pristine. Every Muira homage also carries a special Muira 50 badge on the side and a unique interior plaque showing its limited edition status. Adrian keeps it more for admiration than for the road, but when it does come out, it turns heads instantly. So what do you get when you combine a passion for power, a love for race engineering, and an eye for history? You get Adrian Portelli's garage, where no two cars are the same, and every key unlocks something borderline unbelievable. From the record-breaking Jesco to the one-of-4 HSV Maloo, and even the hyper-luxury Aventador with one foot in the past and the other firmly planted in the future, Portelli's collection is as rare as they come. And if this blew your mind, you're going to want to stick around, because what's next might just top it all. Hit that like and subscribe, because we've got more insane collections, rare wheels, and multi-million-dollar builds coming your way. Stay tuned.